Hey guys, it's Lindsay with the Rockwell Group and eXp Realty again. John and I are here today. We just want to chat a little bit about the cost of living in Southern Oregon and what that looks like.
I think that as someone who didn't grow up here, you don't really know what to expect. And for people who maybe lived in more expensive areas, maybe California, for example, or much lower priced areas like the Midwest, the cost of living in Medford could be pretty eye-opening for people.
Yeah, me coming from Vegas, I didn't think it was really all that expensive, just because, neighboring states next to California, obviously costs seem to be a little bit more affordable here, especially the fact that we don't have sales tax on the majority of our things. A lot of people come up here to save that cost. But when it does come to other expenses, they do start to add up a little bit.
Yeah, I think one of the things people don't expect is home prices. It's the biggest purchase you're probably going to make. The average sale price in the last 4 or 5 months in our area is about $452,000. Those homes are selling in less than 30 days. So it's certainly not overpriced for many people because they are still moving off the market. But what I thought was interesting was in our whole area, there's only 60 houses that are less than $400,000. Only 13 houses available right now on the real estate market under $300,000, and just one single family home under $200,000 in our area.
And that's majority for Jackson County. So where I live out in Grants Pass in Josephine County, the prices are just slightly higher actually. They're right at about $458 on average. And they tend to stay on the market a little bit longer. I would fare a good guess as to the reason why would probably be because those properties tend to be a little bit bigger, a little bit more rural, and have more acreage. So, if you want kind of more of that city life, then you'll buy in Medford, but out there it takes a little bit longer and they're a little bit higher in price because of that.
Yeah, and when you put that in perspective, if somebody's coming from an area and they sold $1 million home and come in with $500,000, they can enter the market real easily. But I had some clients that came from Iowa and they just couldn't believe the prices for certain houses. So that's something that I think might shock some people. But kind of day to day, the things you're buying every day, like fuel. I think last time I filled up with regular unleaded, it was like $4.20 a gallon. I don't have a premium car.
Yeah, I unfortunately do. And I drive in from Grants Pass to Medford every day, 4 days a week. I work from home on Fridays, luckily. But it costs me, like this morning I filled up and it took about $85 or so to fill up. And I fill up probably every week and a half.
That's not too bad. At least you're not driving a diesel or something giant where you're filling up for $150. The groceries around here, again, everybody's got to eat. I only have myself and my wife, so two-person family, and we spend maybe $80-90 a week on groceries. We're also not shopping organic or some fresh pressed pineapple juice or something like that.
I was telling John before this video, a month ago, I was snowboarding in Shasta, right down the road over here, about 2-hour drive. And I stopped in and got some cold pressed pineapple juice, and I didn't look at the price, and I walked away and looked at the receipt and I was like, what is this? And it was literally $9.50 for pineapple juice.
Yeah.
So
when you gotta have it,
yeah,
you pay up.
Yeah, but part of that is because I was in California and I was still paying tax on that.
Yeah. Good point.
Yeah, but you do have availability for fresh items like that that are typically more affordable here. There's tons of farmers markets that make it really affordable to buy food if you want things, fresh that's, not prepackaged.
I'm only shopping for two, so let's go ask some of the team members what they're paying for groceries. Hey, Tyler, you're still here. We're curious about what you spend on groceries for your family.
Every month about $400, but we're a family of 4.
That's not bad. $400 for a month?
Yep, 100 a week.
Okay, where are you finding those bargains?
Actually, Fred Meyer.
Okay.
And we just do grocery store pickup. And my wife pulls in, boom, and I'll load it in the back of the truck. She's on her way, so she doesn't even spend more than 10 minutes.
Bargain shopping.
Yeah.
I like
Love
it. We're going to go ask your family.
Yeah.
How much do you spend weekly for groceries?
We are a family of 5, so we spend about $150.
Do you have any extra grocery purchases or taco nights or stuff that you go out, or is it all from the store?
No, we go out as a family once every other week, and then I might order tacos quite a bit here at the office.
Yeah.
Who else?
Tim, we're talking about groceries for your family. How many do you have in your family, and how much do you spend weekly on groceries?
Family of 4, however, the youngest is 4 months old, so not a whole lot of eating. Probably anywhere from like $200 to $300 a month.
Okay,
Probably.
that's pretty good. Where are
Yeah.
you finding bargains?
We do a lot of Costco and Winco, a lot. Those are our go-tos.
Awesome, another mouth to feed pretty soon, a few months.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's stressing us out.
Oh no.
Awesome, thanks, Tim.
Yeah, for sure.
Another thing that can kind of be a big ticket item for people are like auto and home insurance and things. I moved from Arizona. I was shocked that my prices went down probably a third less, and so that was a good relief. And maybe due to less traffic, less accidents, less auto theft, stuff like that.
One thing to add that, I forgot before this video, but I remember right now is our registration for our cars is very affordable. I think I pay like $100 for a 2-year registration.
Yeah.
Where in California, you have to pay $400 for a 1-year registration.
Yeah, big difference.
Yeah,
That's a good
huge.
point. I forgot about that, but I have to register my truck soon, so I'll be facing that. One thing that I kind of thought about that I really love about this area is that a lot of the events and activities are pretty inexpensive. We love to go to the Medford Oregon baseball games. You can get a ticket for like $7 or something like that.
Also, the Rockwell Group is a huge sponsor of Medford Rogues,
yeah.
and we sponsor their $2 Tuesday nights.
Oh, and 4th of July fireworks.
Yep.
So we hope to see everybody at those Rogues games. Support local. The one that I'm most excited about this year coming up is Jackson County Fair, a couple miles up the road, $12 ticket to get in. You get to not only have some fair food, maybe corn dog or something fried. You can ride some rides. You can see what 4-H is doing and what kind of pigs and stuff were raised. And in July, Nelly included in the $12 price.
Oh, wow.
It's getting hot in her. It's getting hot in her. Telling you,
That's
$12. It's going to be great. The other thing that I think's kind of near and dear to my heart that I appreciate is we have a lot of breweries and microbrews. You can still go in and get a pint of beer for like $4, $5. We're not getting these $7, $8 pints. It's not getting out of control yet, depending on where you go, but I appreciate that about the area.
Yeah, and that's very true. There's a lot of locally branded and crafted beers. Southern Oregon, if you don't know, Oregon as a whole is probably the biggest procurer of IPAs in the United States. It's like the unofficial drink of Oregon. We
Not
love
my
our
drink.
IPAs. I personally don't either, but they're everywhere.
Somebody must, because they're everywhere.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah, I love in Grants Pass. There's a number of different breweries and they all, cater to local crafted beers and drinks, and then also they serve a lot of local restaurant foods.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah, and kind of along those lines, you can go to wineries and it's cheap to do a tasting. I don't know the last time you went, but I've been to Napa and you're paying $20, $25 sometimes for tastings.
Yeah.
And here, $5?
I think it's like 12 for a full flight.
Ooh, you're going big.
And a lot of times, some of the higher wineries like Schmidt or Red Lily, they'll have a lot of really good food pairings to go with it. My favorite is, I don't know if you've been to Red Lily, you can actually take your food and your flight down to the river, and they have a little sandy beach out there, which is really lovely.
Yeah.
And so that can make a really affordable afternoon for you and a friend or a spouse, or even you. I know it might be frowned on, but you can bring your kids to the winery and they can literally go play in the water.
I thought you were going to say you can go solo to the winery and have a couple flights.
That's not frowned on.
Yeah, it could be. Well, we like cheap things, and one thing that this area is great for is free things. So camping, once you have the gear, you just get there. And if you're a hiker, put on some shoes, get to the hills, get to the mountains, free. Spend some time in the outdoors. Again, once you get some gear, fishing, kayaking, any of that kind of thing, those opportunities are abundant around here. So it's really nice that you just show up, park, and take off.
And if you're looking for something that you want to do outdoors, if you don't have the equipment, if you go golfing, there's plenty of rentals. There's a lot of people on our team that go golfing regularly. We hold team events and go there. And we can all just rent the clubs and not have to buy the overhead of expensive clubs or anything like that.
And
it's
if you're like me and you're not very good, you don't risk damaging good gear that you own. You're renting. You're not trying to damage it, but you know, you don't want to break your own expensive stuff.
Yeah,
so.
and even right now, there's a seasonal ice rink in
Oh, yeah.
Ashland still, and so you can just go rent skates. I think it's like $5, and just skate around the whole
Yep.
afternoon. That's a fun little activity that I've done with my friends, and then we of course go get drinks afterward.
Yep.
Not before.
Inexpensive
afterward.
ones, expensive depending
Yeah.
on where you go.
We're more than happy to help show you around the valley and experience some of these more affordable options and kind of see why we love to call the Rogue Valley our home. So if you're considering moving to the Rogue Valley, you're definitely going to want to check out the additional videos here and contact us at the Rockwell Group.